Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ken Knows Gambling, and this is a Ken Unfiltered. This is sort of spill the guts uh, type of video. This is real. This is what's going on. This is about my trip to Laberge. This is raw, baby. So if you got any kids watching, you better fucking put them up. Hey, this is gonna be pretty raw. Probably rated, PGX, something like that. But anyway, my wife, she's like, Ken, you're drinking more, man. The stress that I'm under, y'all, is unbelievable. But this is not a fucking woe is me, type of video, because this is about my trip to Laberge, some real life stuff, and but you got to catch some background to this stuff. I built up a $107,000 bankroll. Over my 38 years of gambling. I've always had really good jobs. I've always made money. But over the last 6 months, 8 months, job is gone. And I'm 60, all right? Been selling pretty much my whole living. Nobody, unless you got to go knock on doors or whatever. 60-year-old, they talk about the legalities of no age discrimination. Horse shit. If you're my age, baby, nobody wants you. I don't care what kind of background you have. That's the truth. So you lose that, and then the IRS comes in and says hi, and the next thing you know, you're scrapping, man. You're back to zero. At 60. So, yeah, I'm drinking a little bit more, not to excess, but I tend to drink more when I stress. And so, hey, like I said, this is going to be Ken Unfiltered. It's raw. It's the truth. But that's what we're going to get into. But again, ain't a woe is me. It goes all in to encompass, what I want to share with you tonight. And what I want to share with you is my trip to Laberge in Lake Charles. All right. Well, everybody knows, I don't have a bankroll anymore. Not a $10 bankroll. I'm not even kidding you. Well, there was this friend of mine who understands my strict discipline, knows how I gamble, and trust me, he gave me $700. Now, I had got a comp, at the Laberge. So it only cost me, with taxes or whatever, $38 for 2 night stay. I took my wife. It was our anniversary weekend anyway, and I actually wanted to go. Bless my wife. Oh, bless her heart, man. She's like, well, I've got 100 I can give you. And she doesn't understand, when I tell her, yeah, if you can't go with 2-3 grand, man, don't go, right? And she's never understood that concept because she's always been a slot player. And you can go with $200-300 and play whatever. But not the way I do. And she never understood why I needed so much money to go. How much you taking this trip? Nah, I'm taking about 6 grand. Well, just, it is what it is. But anyway, bless her heart, she's like, well, I'll give you 100. I said, well, listen, we'll just go to Laberge. We'll have it doesn't cost me anything. You can hit some slots. Maybe you can give me 20. Right? Maybe I'll do some slots with you. And then this friend of mine calls me and he goes, Ken, I don't have much, but I believe in you. And so this cat gave me $700. Okay, we worked out an arrangement. And so I go to Laberge with $700 bankroll. All right. So I get there about 11 o'clock Friday night, fixing to turn Saturday morning. And so we get there, we going up to the room. And, I just lay down for a while. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm in the casino. I got to get down there and start going. Fuck that. You just sort of relax, take your time. I know what I got to do. And see, here's another lesson that I've been spitting out forever. There's a difference between going to a casino with $700 that you can burn versus $700 and it's all the money in the fucking world. Man, it is so different. Like I say, we can sit there and play short strategies, and they may be true, but sometimes we'll play this short strategy and we get burned, and it doesn't matter, it doesn't mean anything. It's like, okay, this is what we're going to try. We're going to play this. We're going to play this. And, a lot of YouTube guys have done it and they get whacked, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you're not out any money. But when you get there, and this is not $700 that you can just burn. In other words, if you lose your $700, you couldn't take a cab ride across the street. Okay. So I'm there, $700. All right. Now, there was a subscriber of mine. His name is Ron. And he was like, Ken, why didn't you tell me, man? I was at Laberge this weekend, too, and all that. And I go, hell, man, I had my Hawaii shirt on. I look just like this. And, I'm surprised you didn't see me. You should have come and said hi. But we didn't. But anyway, here is our first conundrum. Our first conundrum. We have $700. We see all this YouTube shit on how to play with a short stack, okay? And you get there to discover. Now, I knew there would be a minimums. Boy, on the weekends at these casinos, they've actually fucking gone nuts. But they had two tables. And if I'm not mistaken, one was a $25 minimum and one was $50. They didn't hit the 15s until later. Okay, so when I went down, it was about 1 in the morning. I mean, people were popping, man. Well, $25 minimum. So here's your first conundrum. All right, you have $700, and it's a $25 minimum. That means if you want to go inside, it's $110. You get popped one time, man, you're down, 20% of your back, just like that. So here's the first question I want you guys to answer. You have $700. You want to play craps, and it's a $25 minimum. Remembering, if you lose, you can't get a cab ride home, right? Do you play anyway? I'll give you a minute to think about that. Do you play anyway? You try to get lucky in that scenario. Here's the answer for Ken. Fuck no, I did not play on a $25 table. There's no way that I can do that. Now, everybody understands I am very, very, very disciplined, man. Money management discipline. And that dictates you don't go to a $25 table with $700. You don't freaking do it. All right? That's what I would tell anybody. So I'm sitting there going, well, I need to make something happen. I need to make some money. Didn't do it. All right. Now what? What am I going to do now? All right. Well, I'd always heard about these bubble crap machines, and then I've heard about, the roll to win. I didn't even know about roll to win until John over at Pro Craps was talking about it, and then I heard other people talking about it. But and they're $5. Okay, so it's $5 minimum. Okay, packed. All right, they had one bubble craps machine, and then they had one let it roll machine across the way. Now they had $5 blackjack, but they were machines. They weren't, live rollers, they were done by computers. Oh, you had a nice, a big screen TV, and you had all these places you could set $5 blackjack, big titty blondes, whatever. Whatever. It's still done by machine, random generator. And I refused to play there. But anyway, so you got a bubble craps and you have a let it roll. Full. All right. So I'm wandering around this casino, and folks, I always knew there was high minimums. But you go to the not blackjack, but you go to the baccarat tables. I thought, maybe I can play some baccarat. They had like $125 or $225 tables. The rest of them were 50 minimums now, 50, 100, 300, or $500 minimums. I mean, these casinos have lost their fucking mind. But there was somebody playing, right? So I can't play any of those games. Everything's $25 or $50 minimums. There's nothing for me to play. What do I do? What do you do? Okay, what did I do? I waited for the bubble crap or a let it roll slot to open. It's all I could do because I refused to go play at the $25 table with $700. It's suicide. I know some of you can get away with it, but I had to make sure I could get away with it. It wasn't, well, I'm going to try to get away with it, and if it don't work, who cares? No, I had to make this work. So the first thing that I played was the bubble craps, which I think is a slick game. It is random. They got these big ass fuzzy dice sitting there, and it vibrates, and there's some chick on the the game going, press the button, and it pops them way up in the air, and it's random. I Googled it and all that, so it's about as random as you can get. So I sit down there. I put $100 in because I'm not, I've never played it before, so I'm not gonna, I don't know how to do the interface. I wasn't gonna just, piss 100 away. I mean, but I had to put some money in, so I put 100, and I figured out the interface was fairly easy. So that was a good thing. But here's what I figured out. Now, I'm a don't pass guy. So I put $5 don't pass down, but I'm waiting for, my don't pass spread, just like I show on YouTube. I'm waiting for a good number that I like, and then I load them damn things up, especially at 410 on maximum. Well, here's what I found out. First point when I sit down was a 4, and I go, ha, ha, watch this. So I'm clicking these $5 chips, all right? And it goes 5, 10. That's it. It wouldn't let me go anything on a 4 single odds. That was it, man. I'm like, well, what kind of shit is that? I mean, that's what I'm waiting for, so I can max out the odds. At least I could go 30 to win 15, which would be 3 times odds. Nope, single odds. So no matter what the point was, if you're betting 5 on the don't pass, $10 is all you can lay out odds. Now, you can lay the 4, lay the 10. You could go up there and lay those numbers, and you can put all your money in there, basically. They didn't care because obviously it's a 1 to 2 or, you're getting less money. So they didn't care about that. But down there at the don't pass, they didn't want you to do it. So basically what I'm doing, now remember, I got $100 in this thing. What do I want? $20. Okay, now I know, I hear you guys. I hear you out there sitting there going, $20, blah, 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 blah. I don't give a shit what you think. I'm going for 20%, okay? Every time I go, give me 20%. Don't care. And overall, give me 20% of the whole bankroll. I am grinding my ass off. Still going up and down with it, You get some people bang out some points and you're losing 30, losing. Then it gets itself back up. But anyway, so I'm playing like that for several hours, just, doing my don't pass spread. And, I think I won the first time, $30, whatever. I cashed out, took their little ticket. I'm up 30. Life is good. Well, I finally got a place over at that Let It Roll. And what everybody was talking about, the plexiglass, whatnot. Interface was pretty much the same. People rolling live. There was this one lady there, swear to God. She was setting her dice, right? Setting her dice, but just rolling underhand like a softball. She's being really careful to set her dice, and then she just puts them in her hand and just slings them out there. I'm going, what's the point, But anyway, that was funny. She actually rolled better than anybody, to be honest with you. So I did the same thing. So I'm bouncing back and forth between these two machines. But see, then when I would get up, to go cash $20 win or a $30 win, obviously I'm ready maybe for another session. But boom, that's it. There's only like 8-10 seats, 8 I think on Bullcrats, maybe 10 over on Let It Roll, and that's it. So now you just have to sit there and wait and wait and wait. I would remember I talked about guarantee and excess. Oh, every once in a while I was up, maybe I tried to win 20, I won 20, maybe I won 30, right? And I couldn't get back on the machines, and I refused to go to the crap table at 25. And so I'd go pick a slot out, throw, $10 in there, and then win 20, double my money. And what was really funny is like I'd put 10 in, I'd win 10. So now it says 20. I knew to myself, hey, I got 10 in this thing. I just won 10. That's 10 extra dollars towards my goal. Towards my goal. I spit that ticket out, go to the cashier and get it. And I know people that were seeing me do this, laughing their ass off, man. They were like, they thought I was nuts, coming in with 10, cashing out with 20 or whatever. But here's the point, y'all. Let's see, what is this saying? Oh, I got somebody trying to call me. I don't know what that's going to do to my video. Let me see if I can decline that. I have no idea. So I had somebody call and it came on my screen. I have no idea what that's going to do to this video. But anyway, it's a grind, man, how I do it. A grind. And I did that for 2 days. So basically I played from about 1 a.m. Saturday, and I played till about 8:30ish the next morning. A lot of it was just waiting, for a spot. And then when I got there, I just up and down, just like normal. I don't care if you got $10,000 or $700, it's up and down, up and down. And I called this person who's my gift angel, and if he's watching, he knows who he is, and I just love him dearly. Thank you very, very much. I'd call him and give him updates, and we'd chat. And I'd go up to my room, I'm up a little bit, like $90 or so. And I'd go up to my room, try to rest, but I couldn't. The mind is just going 1,000 miles an hour. And, my wife, is doing her slot thing. And then she called a buddy of hers that only lives 45 minutes away, and they came, which was nice because they did a lot of that slot stuff, and she had somebody to be with and all that. Although my wife, she knew why I went. She knew what I was going to have to do, and she allowed it. She was so good about it. But I did spend some time with her as much as I could, being that it was our anniversary weekend, right? But I played slots with her, and we did some things together. But anyway, so I basically did that, for 2 days, on and off for 2 days, constantly checking bankroll, constantly when I'd put money in that machine. You know, always, you know, a 20% win goal, you know, 30% loss limit. Everything that I preach over at this table is what I actually did when I was there. I was actually under a gun, and I had to make it work. I know how to make it work. I know how to grind, and I think I've said this in a video before. And this ain't against anybody, but nobody has the discipline that I do. I don't know of anybody. If you do, that's great, but I don't know you. There's nobody I know that has that kind of discipline. So what is this video about? It's just sharing with you, you know, what happened and the grind, man. Go to a slot machine, put 10 in, win 20 and leave. That's discipline, boy. You know, especially if you do it quick. You're just sitting there going, well, I'm going to cash out again. And what the hell am I going to do now? Those tables are full, you know. And so I would have to wait till earlier in the morning, whatnot, and get back on there and play some more, ebbs and flows, whatnot. But strict money management and discipline. This is what I did for 2 days. Never touched the real crap table. How's that? Never touched the real crap table because they were always too high of the limit. And then really early when they drop it to 15, it was so you couldn't get in there, right? So it was bubble craps, let it roll. Few slots, a couple other little things, you know, machine wise, doesn't mean nothing. But most of my money came from the bubble craps or let it roll. Well, Ken, how did you end up? Okay, I went with $700 and I left after paying my little $38 hotel bill. And oh, by the way, I didn't eat a thing for 2 days. Me and my wife brought snacks from the house, you know, in a bag, some Cokes and some snacks. I'm not kidding you, man. This is how it was. I'm not used to this shit, but that's what we had to do. Discipline, man. Money management. So I ate little snacks in the hotel room, but after paying the $38 and whatnot, I left with the $700 that fella gave me and $230. 2 days, $230. I think that's 30% because 70 is 10, 70 is 20, that's 140 is 20, and 70 is, so right a little bit over 30%. What do I preach? 20, 30% profit on your whole bankroll. That's what I did. That's what I accomplished. That's how I had to do it. All right. Little bits, 5s, 10s, 15s at a time. You know, grind it. Now, I hear what some of you guys are saying. What a rotten way to do it. And, yeah, no shit. It's not, I mean, but I wouldn't have been able to go at all, if it wasn't for this guy. So I appreciate him, you know, probably more than he knows. But I got to walk out of there with a couple $100 for a whole weekend after everything's said and done. And one last thing. I'm in the elevator. Me and my wife, we're in the elevator. We're leaving. And the guy goes, well, how'd y'all do? I said, yeah, we're up a couple hundred. Right? He looked at me. At first, I thought he was going to laugh at me, but he didn't. He was like, a couple $100? He says, that sounds like $2 million to me. That's what he said. It sounds like $2 million. Because he had lost a bunch of money, I guess. And see, that's another thing, man. We go in all cocky and bullshit when we walk into that casino. We're going to rip them a new asshole, right? And we're going to take $700 and turn it into $7,000. We got all this shit going in our head. But when we leave that joint, just like this guy in the elevator, walking away with a profit of any type when you're leaving the casino is a major, major victory. All right, because most of them guys walking in all badass and they're going to just, break the bank, and then they're walking out thousands down. 200 looks like 2 million. Okay, that's how I've been my whole entire life, gambling. And it is not fun doing it my way. I think I've said that a zillion times. It's not any fun grinding like that. But when you got to do what you got to do, that's the way you do it. And that's what I did over the weekend. So, there you go. That's my trip to Laberge. You guys can leave me comments if you want. There's going to be some people that go, well, you could have done this way. You could have done shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm sure you guys are. And there's going to be some people that understand, what I'm trying to teach. But that series that I just did, Back to the Basics, and when I tell people how I actually do things, to get to a casino and actually walk the walk. I promise you, there's some folks out on YouTube that get over to them tables and do their videos, and when they get to the casino, they fold like a cheap goddamn chair. I promise you. They cannot do what they preach on their video. They can't do it, won't do it. And I'm not trying to give myself kudos. I'm just talking about the reality of money management discipline and what that looks like. It looks like walking into a casino with $700, playing for 2 days, waiting for spots, inching out $5, $10, $20 wins at a time. Not $50 wins, $100 wins at a time. Fucking $5, $10, $15 at a time. Getting up, go to the room, get a Coke, get a beer, whatever. Go back and do it again. Strict money management and discipline. That's how I got out of there with $230. That's it. And so that's my lesson, I guess. Y'all take it for whatever it's worth. Again, I know there's people that ain't going to agree with it, whatever. I don't really care. But I thought you guys would be interested in that little trip. And how I do things. Now, what would I do with the bigger bankroll, you ask? Well, pretty much the same thing. It would just be, I get to bet more. What do I always say? You want to win more? Bring more. Well, this particular case, I could not bring more. That was what was given to me, and that's what I had to deal with. Give me a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 bankroll. My strict money management discipline is going to be exactly the same. Win goals, loss limits, strict. But I get to bet more with a bigger limit. And so, with 10 times more bankroll, I don't want 10 times more money. That's just the way it is. It's all relative, right? But anyway, y'all, I won't bore you anymore with that. If you guys got any questions or personal stuff, you can go ahead and email me. I got another phone caller again. I don't know what that's going to do to my video. I try to decline this, but my won't do it. So, but anyway, hope that don't mess this video up. But anyway, thank you very, very much for watching. If you want a personal, email me and share maybe some of your stories, go ahead. If you like the video, go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing. But the best thing that you can do for me is share this video. Share this video to anybody that you think this might help. Okay? So, this is the better days, y'all. And until the next time, be great.